Howdy, this is Just Puzzling. My name is Chris. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're doing Freecell Games 73, 74 and 75. How you play the game of Freecell is in the description. What this is about is how I go about solving my Freecell games and explaining my thought process. Anyway, hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. Alright, so I've been sort of scanning this. I haven't seen a lot. I can move the 8 to the 9, but I'm not sure that's the way I want to go at the moment. I'd like a black queen, so there's a black queen there and a black queen here, so that's not going to happen. If I put these up, I get to the 8, but I'm not sure about that either. Okay, so I am going to go that way. So the 8 comes across here, 2 up, 5 up, jack across, 5 across, 7 across, 6. So I've just sort of worked my way down to there. What that's done is it's got me a column, which I always like. I'm going to move this 3 over here and the 4 onto here and the 9 onto there. Alright, so what has that got me? I can move this queen across. It shuts down that ace, but I'm happy to do that for the moment. 8 across to here. If I put the 6 across, I can bring the 5 down, I can move that 10 across and the 8, and I've still got this column, which is what I tend to work on, is ensure I get a column if I can. So this comes across here. Okay, so I can move this 7 to there for the moment. 9, I move the 9, so if I move this 9 here and the king up, I can move this 4 across to here, the 6 and the 4 there. Ace is still up there, and that's ace of spades, which is problematic for this 2 of spades, but I feel like it's the right direction to be moving. So I can move. What else have we got? We've got that. 7 goes across to there, 5's there, 6 is there. So I've got black 5. I don't make, do I? So if I put the king up, I'll get to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not that good to me at the moment. Okay, so I'm a little stuck at the moment. So if I put those 2 up, that gets a 7, and I get an 8. 5, 6. 6 and for 2 of clubs. Where's the 2 of clubs? So the 2 of clubs is up there. Okay, so that actually clears the spot, so it's worth doing. Alright. I'm going to put the 5 across here, the 2 of spades across. That gets me the 6 across onto that 7. Okay, black 4. So there's a black 4 there. Where's the other black 4? There's a black 4 there. The reason I'm looking at the black 4 is I can move that 3 across. I'm going to move the 7 across to here and the 9 across. Don't think that made too much of a difference, but we'll put that there. What I can do is I can put them up. 2 of diamonds goes up. So I'm going to put this across to here. 9 up, 4 of clubs, 2 of diamonds goes up. The black queen goes across, the red queen goes up, the red jack goes across, and I can bring down the king, queen and jack. 3 to there, 7 across to there and 7 there. I can actually put the 9 across there and close that off with the 8. I should be able to move the 10, but I can't, so I'm going to put the 6 across here, the 10 across there and the 6 back to there. Should be able to move this jack, which gets me that up there. 10 goes onto the jack there, 6 goes to there, 4 goes to there, king goes to there, and 4 goes to there. What I am going to do now is going to put the 5 on to here, so that gets me a fair column. So I now have 2 columns, so I can move 5 at a time. 5 and 5 back. What that does is king there, queen there, 3 up, and we are done. Another game, we're going to select the game, and it's going to be number 74, and we will play. Alright, ace up the top, ace up the top, ace there, so the aces are well and truly hidden at the moment. So a lot of red. If I move that 8 to the 9, it's all red. So so I've got to think about what I'm going to put up. I'm actually thinking of putting this 2 of diamonds up for the moment, because that puts a 6 across there, the 7 across there, and the 6 across there. What it also does for me is gets a queen and the jack across, and the 5 across to there. Now, I have a black king there, so I can clear this row, or I can bring the 2 of diamonds down, and clear this row so there's king, queen at the top, because the 10 will move to there. So I'm thinking of doing that and bringing the king and the queen down. The 9 will go across to there. I'm actually going to put the jack up so I can move this 10 across. The 9 comes across to here. Black 5, so the black 5 there and a black 5 there, but I'm not really comfortable with that at the moment. I'm going to move this across to here and make myself a column. The reason I made the column is I can move this to here, move the 8 across, 8 down here, 8 here, sorry, that was my bad, and bring the 3 across. That gets me in one of the aces. I can actually move this 7 across. I'm going to put this 9 up for the moment. The 2 comes across to here, 5 down, 4 down, so really this column's working pretty well for me. 3 across to there. I'm going to put the 5 up, queen across, jack across. So now I can move the black 10 with there's a black 10 there, so it's not going to happen in a hurry. I can also put these 2 up, so I can put the 4 across there and the 3 across. Okay, what else are we seeing? So I've got all the aces. There's a 2 here and a 2 here. They were high up, let me just say. So I'm going to put the 10 down, 9 across, 7 down, 6 across. So I can put so there's no point in me doing that. I was going to say I can put that there. But what I can do is I can effectively move that 10, because I can move this 4, this 3 there, and I can put, if I wanted to, and I say that lightly at the moment, if I wanted to, I could put that up. But I'm not sure that actually helps at the moment. 5, 4, 4, 4. If I was to put this 4 across here, 3 up, king up, the 8 will come across here, the 7 will come across to this. I can put the 6 across to here and put the 5 across. I'm going to get rid of the 4 of diamonds, so that puts the king across. The 7 up, 6 across to there, king down, queen, 5 across, 4 across, 9, 8 across. So that'll get me all the way to probably this 10 here. King across, and that's the puzzle done. Alright, and now we're on to 75. Okay, so we can see a 7 comes across here. I'm interested, so 7 comes across here. I'm interested to know where the black king is. So the reason I'm looking at the black king is if I put the queen up, I get the jack across, the 10 across, the 9 across to there. But I can't get that there. I think it's worth it. So I'm going to do that. Right, and 10, and jack across, 9 across. Okay, the reason I did it was because I thought I had some space in terms of the 8s, which I do, but I'm not sure that... Okay, so I'm doing this so I can get to that 2, and that gets me to the king. The 6 will come across to here, the 5 will come across to here. No, it won't. The 5 will come across to here. Good maths. 4 will come across. 4 will come down onto that 5. So, got a 9 there. I can move the 8 across. I'm thinking putting that up there. Jack across, 9 down now. 8 across. 3 across. I can now move the 10 to there. 8 to there. Jack across. 2 across. So now I can move the black queen across to there. 6 to here. That black 9. I'm going to move this 10 up for a second because I'm going to do that. But I should be able to move this black 9 across. Alright. That should get me the king and the ace. So I've got all of the aces up, so I can put the 3 of diamonds up. I can actually put the 3 of hearts up too. I've got 2 over here and a 2 in here. So I can put the 5 across to here. King will go up. 10 will go up. How far am I going? The 9 can come across here. The 7 can come across. The 6 can come across. That gets me some of the way to there. I can put the 5 over there, which will get me the 3 and the 5 up. Put the red king down. That's not going to let me. So 5, 5, 7, 9, queen, and I think I'm done. And that's game 75 done, except for this jack. Alright, hope you enjoyed. Until next time, bye for now.